What's up, loser?
I feel very disrespected just being in the cast and seeing the way that these women were spoken to.
DDG, what's the point of the show?
The f*** you talking about?
What was the point of the show? What's the point of your show?
What'd you say?
I just want to know, what were we here for?
In love with me.
Coming off a dominating streamer university, DDG was on a generational run as a streamer, putting up crazy numbers and basically everywhere on social media. But it seems like his reputation and status as a top-tier streamer took a major hit. After his love show basically bombed, he threw friends under the bus.
Shay was saying the wildest shit. Ben was saying the wildest shit. My brother was saying the wildest shit.
Oh, he named everybody.
Dude, wait, this nigga! Whoa! Yeah!
Why do I got tire marks on the top of my head, Diddy?
And crashed out on his own audience.
Eat my
Hope everybody in this chat make $1 billion except for DDG Unfiltered. Suck my...
And it looks like he has some work to do to get back where he was with his audience. But I'm June, welcome to the channel. Please like and share the video. Don't forget to sub. Now, let's get into it.
DDG spent $1 million creating a game show that his fans hated.
Let me put something on the screen real quick. As you can see, you can move it in. It stays. I got 3D shit. Niggas ain't doing it like me, man.
I did not know bro spent $1 million on that game show. That is insane. Just for everybody to hate it and then your audience have a bunch of negative things to say about it. Right or wrong, that just has to feel like an L no matter what your views was doing. There was a lot of negativity about the show, which then led to DD crashing out on people. So all in all, he might have actually been better off not doing this show at all.
What? You don't know if you like it. You don't know if you don't like it. You don't know. Y'all orphans. Y'all fatherless. Y'all are fatherless fans. Nobody wants you. I don't want you.
Are You My Ball was pitched as a dating show. Only problem was DDG allegedly already had a girlfriend and brought her on the show to mock all of the contestants, which upset not only all of the girls, but his own audience.
I don't know if he's still disputing that fact, but that is super weird that he's been whining and dining publicly romantic with India and then does a love show for himself like everyone hasn't seen his content the previous month.
DDG, what's the point of the show?
The f*** you talking about?
What was the point of the show?
And instead of taking his career to the next level and getting to the level of a Kai Cenat or an Aiden Ross, he only had fans hating him and the contestants feeling disrespected.
I feel very disrespected just being in the cast and seeing the way that these women were spoken to, calling women losers, talking about women having a white tongue.
A white tongue is crazy. Who said white tongue?
The show itself started off with very high hopes, and DDG hoped that this would take his streaming average from roughly 20,000 to at least 40,000 for the show, and hopefully significantly boost the average afterwards.
But how does that make sense from a business perspective? If you're already averaging 20,000 live viewers, why not just maintain that and keep doing affordable content? You spend $1 million for an event stream like a dating show just to get those viewers that are gonna drop back down when it's not a big event. The same thing happens to Kai. He breaks all these records, but his viewers eventually come back down to an average after Mafiathon.
This is my prediction. Y'all want to know my view prediction on my love show? I think on Twitch, that bitch gonna average at least minimum at the lowest possible. Twitch gonna be 40.
But this show is a huge gamble. Streaming is a form of entertainment with very little overhead. With all the right equipment, you can make money by sitting in front of your computer.
100%. So many streamers are giving themselves overhead and budgeting problems because they're trying to do all these huge events or IRL content where they then have to spend money, whereas otherwise they wouldn't if they were doing desktop streams or other low-budget, affordable streams. But everybody's chasing Kai, who's dumping millions into content as well.
Y'all know how expensive it is to keep up with content creation? You can get a 10K check from Twitch. What the fuck is a 10K check when you gotta spend 5K on trips just to travel, $500 on setup shit, fucking $2,000 on your rent, fucking $200 on Wi-Fi, $200 on IRL toolkit, you gotta pay the clippers, pay a YouTube editor. Chat, I don't think y'all realizing I be going in the negative doing this shit, okay?
The format was heavily based on the 2000s reality show Flavor of Love.
Better than any Hulu, whatever the f you watch, this ain't gonna be better. Stay tuned 24/7 7 days straight.
I don't know if streaming becoming reality TV is a positive thing. Like, one of the great things about streaming is that a creator can connect directly to their audience and talk to their audience and respond to their audience in the moment, at least with the desktop, sometimes with IRL. But when something is that big, you're not really connected to the audience at all. They're just watching a product, and that's fine to an extent, but I do feel like streaming loses some of its charm when it's just that big and you're basically watching TV.
But most of the girls were fully aware that this was for entertainment purposes and was fake.
I'm sure a lot of those girls, just like the Flavor of Love girls, were coming on TV or coming on DDG's stream to get their numbers up, to get famous, to get seen, to get an audience. So it's probably business for most of them.
However, anything they did to curry favor with DDG soon went to waste when DDG decided to invite what people believe to be his real-life girlfriend on the show. And this was a costly mistake for DDG.
I still don't know what he was thinking with that or how he thought that would be positive, unless she was behind the scenes pressing him to get on the show. Again, which is a good look for her because she gets more eyes from streaming. And I think DDG put her on to streaming in the first place. It just kind of breaks the fourth wall and removes any believability.
Damn.
This is where you're gonna eliminate.
This is where I'm eliminating?
Yeah.
And this move kind of shattered all of the illusions behind the entire show. For the show to work, the audience needed to buy into the illusion that DDG needed a girl. India's presence was a constant reminder that this wasn't the case. The top comment on the video for this episode with over 300 likes reads, "I feel like bro should have let India stay at the crib for this one. After she came, it didn't even feel like a find love type show no more. Start feeling like just content." On top of that, India wasn't very nice to the other contestants either.
What's up, loser?
Wait.
She then walked through their bedrooms
It's not me. Food on the nightstand.
and commented negatively on their appearance.
Girl, that tongue is white. Stop it. Okay, I need to go.
So she did say that. That's such a crazy thing to say.
She also confronted Skyrocket about the tattoo and came across very disrespectful and patronizing.
Can I see your side, please?
Yeah, you can.
It says what?
No, I'm kidding. It says Daryl.
What possessed you to do that?
Honestly, for the plots.
For the plot.
Yeah.
So you admit
Yeah.
you're here for the plot.
No, that's
That's exactly what you
tattoo
said.
was.
Your services are kind of no longer needed here.
All right.
We do appreciate you, and we did really enjoy you. Actually were one of my favorite at first.
Giving a woman that you're in a relationship with power to kick women off your love show is just weird.
India's behavior also cemented her reputation as a, quote, pick-me girl. And bear in mind, even when India was talking behind their back, the girls were still finding these clips on social media.
Definitely don't gotta dig too far because India's been around the industry for a long time. I remember her all the way back in the day with Game. I mean, I assume she's dated athletes and other rappers after that. I haven't kept up. But I mean, for as long as she's been around, I would assume she's got a bunch of skeletons in her closet.
One of the girls named Vicky was not really attacked by India, but she decided to hit back on behalf of all the girls on the show. She decided to repost these pictures on her TikTok. In 20...
That's the one I was talking about, the Joyway gang. That's a crazy trio of pictures.
2015, India dated the Game, and paparazzi took a set of photographs which showed the Game doing stuff to India with his hands that most women wouldn't allow a man to do to them out in a public park. DDG obviously took issue with this.
Damn, why would she repost that? Like, she posted like, oh, India like on some weird shit.
Probably won't surprise you to learn that Vicky did not win the show. And the winner ended up being a fairly uncontroversial contestant named Lil Agent.
So basically, in order to win the show, I guess you had to be cool with India.
One of the first things DDG wanted to make clear was India's role in the show.
That was her whole point of coming here, to intimidate y'all.
So in season 2 of Flavor of Love, the runner-up from season 1, known as New York, was added to the show to stir things up.
That resides over the pits of hell.
But this idea of having a dating show when you're already spoken for led to the very simple question,
What was the point of the show?
What you want, auntie? What'd you say?
I just want to know, what were we here for?
Bro, I can't answer that question.
I love with me. But I'm saying it's certain things of the show, okay? This show was heavily inspired by Flavor of Love, okay? So I took a segment of his show and brought India on as New York.
That was a crazy long-winded answer for that.
DDG blaming these women for not understanding what he did is very disingenuous.
Yeah.
For the girls on the show 25 and under, it's highly unlikely that they were old enough to watch Flavor of Love when it came out in 2006 and ended in 2008. For those that did watch it, it's also unlikely they remember much about the show.
I definitely don't remember New York coming back on to antagonize the women. But even with that, I feel like whoever Flavor ended up with at the end actually had a shot with him. I think, did he get delicious on one of those seasons? I can't remember, but it's still a weird setup.
DDG's logic still didn't hold up either.
But the difference is New York and Flavor Flav weren't boyfriend or girlfriend.
Right.
Indian Love and DDG are actually dating. So to bring her onto a dating show, yeah, it kind of presented itself as a humiliation ritual.
So, DDG, so when she's playing the character, you're saying she's playing the character of New York.
Man, I don't want no more India questions, bro.
Well, I'm saying,
bro.
was she playing the character? Is that really your girlfriend?
No.
So is it
That's
with
my friend. She came here to intimidate y'all.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
So this is where DDG was digging himself into an even bigger hole. India spent the whole time on the show referring to DDG as my man, but was now just his friend on the show. Then Vicky was confronted about her social media posts about India.
I personally don't know anything about her, so I didn't realize the age gap when I posted what I posted, so I did remove that repost. I'm going to stand on the post with Duke Dennis because if we're bringing up other women's past and bringing up stuff from the past, then I feel like everybody else repost should. I just feel like if we're bringing up, you know what I mean?
Vicky, that was unwarranted, unprovoked. India never said nothing disrespectful to you, ever.
And then you're on your love show with all these women sitting here and you're basically defending your girlfriend who you should have never had on the show in the first place because everything just seems disingenuous after that point. So you can understand why people didn't like this vibe. They didn't like the reunion. They didn't like the show once India came because it all just felt fake and like content. And what was the point of everything?
There was one moment on the show where a woman confessed that she had to quit her job to be on there.
I lost my job. Everything. I really did.
What you mean you lost your job?
I lost my job coming here.
Damn, she lost her job to be on a dating show with DDG, going back home with nothing, maybe a little bit more popularity, maybe she can start a streaming career, I don't know, but that's tough.
Letting India say whatever she wants, but trying to silence the lady's response to her disrespect is wild.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I used to watch Flavor of Love, and I'd be like, man, I never was like this. I never felt how y'all felt. I never sent the hate comment to Flavor Flav, bro.
You can't really compare watching a reality show in the 90s or 2000s, whenever Flavor of Love was, compared to now where you can communicate directly with streamers. It just doesn't compare.
But y'all in too deep, bro.
But this was essentially DDG trying to tell his fans how to feel. If his fans didn't like his show, then they didn't like his show.
Yeah, you can't blame fans for not liking the content or never seeing Flavor of Love and not understanding the concept. At the end of the day, you just have to take accountability and ownership that maybe you didn't put the best product out there. Like, just take the L, go back to the drawing book and say, the next love show, I'll have one of my friends on as a contestant, or whatever the audience is actually asking for. But to just crash out on the audience and say it's their fault and they don't understand is kind of lame.
No grown person with a brain, a mind, thought in their brain gonna think that a is gonna get married in 7 days. I don't know why y'all think that's a thing. Why do y'all think this is it? Why do y'all think I'm gonna get married? Y'all took this parasocialism to the next level, bro.
Bro was trying to have his cake and eat it too, because basically you do content and you want the audience to buy into every single thing that you do and believe everything is real. But then when you don't get the feedback the way you want, you say your audience is tripping because it's all content and stop being parasocial. But DDG literally feeds off the parasocialness of his audience for his content.
As like most streamers, his whole business model is built upon creating parasocial relationships with his fans.
I'd be like, oh, what happened to this? What happened to that? Y'all do that with every single girl. Y'all was all up India ass for months. Fan pages, all this other, now all of a sudden, we don't like India. Because y'all didn't got parasocial over some girls in 7 days.
It's not that. They didn't like the vibe of the show or the way she came on the show or their voicing their criticism. And as a creator, you just gotta take that L to the chin and keep it moving.
The Shay was saying the wildest shit. Ben was saying the wildest shit. My brother was saying the wildest shit.
Oh, he named everybody.
Dude, wait, this nigga. Whoa! Whoa! What the that nigga on us get damn!
Bro kind of broke bro code. He threw all his mans under the bus in defense of his woman.
The fact that he's dropping names is crazy. I mean, he could have just said, yo, you know, everybody was talking trash. Come on, like, you're going to pretend like everybody else wasn't doing it? that's one thing. But to start naming your mans by name, and keep in mind, he's throwing his own brother under the bus for this.
Hey, what's the 50 mean?
I'm like, what he say fuck me for?
He's like, yo, y'all didn't have the same energy with Dub. Yo, that's where I gotta look at it like, damn, man, this is where you gotta think DDG's a little bit dangerous when his chick is around, or maybe when chicks, quote, in general are around.
I think we all know people like that, got friends like that will change up when a female is around, or a female they're talking to, they kind of become a different person, or will throw you under the bus in front of their girl to save themselves from something. It happens.
And you could say it's for stream, but even Ben Dadon, who's homies with DDG, had to call this behavior out as well. So,
Oh! What the? That just triggered me again. Why do I got tire marks on the top of my head, Diddy? Diddy, if it's like that, you might well come out with her. Y'all might well pop out. Be proud of your lady, man. We love India. But you need to...
Ben is completely right here. He's right to be triggered. He's right to respond in the way that he does. But he's right in that he's like, yo, you guys are pretending to everybody else like you're not together, but you're throwing us under the bus in order to defend her.
He could have definitely defended her without throwing them under the bus, even though it was two completely different situations. Like, all the dudes was there at the show just kind of acting like regular dudes talking shit, whereas it seemed like India kind of came in attack mode defending her relationship with her dudes.
Because even DDG's audience, DDG's own homies, they're like, dog, you're moving crazy with this. What's going on? And that's because they don't want to announce a relationship. And I don't know why they don't want to announce that, even though they're moving in that way. Maybe he doesn't want it to turn into people hating her more, because they might hate her even more and blame her for everything that happens on DDG stream, or lack of what happens on DDG stream. If he calls it that, like, they might say, oh man, now he's kicking it with these chicks when he's got a girl.
A big part of DDG's content, all the way back when he was doing vlogs on YouTube, was girl content. Him having girls on camera with him, chilling, vibing, that was part of his big content. And he brought that aspect over to Twitch, where he does a bunch of collabs with a bunch of different females. So I guess it would kind of hurt that aspect of his content, even though anybody with eyes sees he's in a relationship with India. But to Ben's point, when you're throwing your mans under a bus, you may as well just come out with an announcement.
Throwing the bros under the bus for a worn out ball. I just had to read
worn out ball. That crazy.
Using his own metaphor against him, or his own saying against him, is hilarious. As Poetic Flacco would explain on his channel,
right? Yo, DDG pissed off his community so much when he came back and attempted to chastise them, call them weirdos, call them parasocials, call them every name in the book for watching the content and hating, right? So that led to his Twitter community blocking or banning people from posting unfavorable things about him in the community. So then the haters started a new community called DDG Unfiltered.
And this Twitter community is 100% dedicated to saying negative things about DDG.
That man crashed out with his people so much that they went and made a hater community.
Eat my Hope everybody in this chat make $1 billion except for DDG Unfiltered. Suck my You don't know what you want to be. You don't know if you want to be a fan, a hater. You just on my fused. It's on my fused. You don't know what. You don't know if you like it. You don't know if you don't like it. You don't know. Y'all orphans. Y'all fatherless. Y'all are fatherless fans.
DDG also argued that this was proof that his show was a success.
This is how I know my love show is a success. Is making Twitter communities. You know what? Just because y'all did that, you know what? I want to piss y'all off even more.
Your show might have did numbers, but it bombed critically. People didn't like it, and that's it. It doesn't make it less of a success or didn't do numbers. People just didn't like it. Take the L, move on.
Was DDG's show a success, or was it a massive flop? The stats from the show reveal that it's a bit more complicated.
He peaked at 60,000 viewers, 25K average viewers. I'm pretty sure DDG said something about he was going to have minimum 30K or 40K, something like that. So obviously, you know, it did less than what he thought. 3.4 million hours watched, which is insane. 42,000 subscribers. Mind you, that's in 7 days, so that's really good. And he is now the 7th most Twitch subscriber in the world.
At the end of the day, none of that takes anything away from DDG. He still had a hell of a year. From Streamer University to now, like he's blown up as a streamer. To even be mentioned in the conversation with Kais and Speeds, even though he's like at a lower tier, he's still up there. So I don't think any of this hate or any L he took is really too permanent. He probably just needs to move on to the next thing, next project or whatever, and maybe deal with his relationship a little bit differently. But he's still going to be DDG at the end of the day, and I think he's going to see nothing but success because we've seen him transition from vlogger, YouTuber, to top streamer. So I just think a bad moment that he's going to bounce back from. Dope couple videos from Hello Yasin that I just ended up putting together as one video. But thanks for watching. Y'all let me know what you think about all this in the comments. Also, make sure you check out the next video. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram for behind the scenes and life stuff. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.